helpful because then I can get back out of reality and into the land of optimism. Because now we're going to go to the retail forecast for 2024. And in the rule of thumb, when in doubt, follow the trend line. That's basically my hot take of what this forecast looked like, because you have the pre-pandemic average, which basically went back to 2010 to 2019, and you can see like that trend line is about a 3.6% growth rate. Then you shoot up in the pandemic, 2020, 2021, and now we're starting to level out, and it's like, so basically the range is like 2.5 to 3.5% is where we feel like we're gonna settle. But we're optimistic because inflation's going to come down, the Fed's going to cut rates. And then essentially their chief economist was like, yeah, but if the Fed doesn't cut rates, guys, it's going to be a tough year. I don't know if that's shocking news. So my question is like, is this report really set in reality? Because it flies against the narrative of what we're hearing in retail. Like there was this Bloomberg article on March 23rd where direct quote was, we have a situation in the US where consumer spending started the year weaker than expected, inflation higher than forecast, which is explaining why shoppers are pulling back. It contributed to defaults in the retail sector of the US high yield bond market soaring past 5.4% in the last 12 months, nearly double the 22-year average of 2.8%. That's according to JP Morgan and Morgan Chase & Co. So it just, something isn't passing the sniff test, and I'm curious, like, what's your take on this?
Yeah, my take is that they are whistling past the graveyard a little bit, and the graveyard seems to contain a lot of the retail bankruptcies, and I think you have some data on this too.
Yeah, I do. So Retail Dive put out a report that we have 11 retailers in this like direct to consumer, what we call our D2C or digitally native retailers that are on the cusp of retail bankruptcy. And they range from brands we know and love and have talked about before, like Wayfair or Peloton. There's your kind of more like industry grocery brands like Beyond Meat. And so there's a lot that's happening. We have Joanne that filed for bankruptcy. 99 Cent today announced that their stores would be closing. We have, all gone. And
it's ouch o'clock over there.
It's ouch o'clock over there. And we talked about it was rough o'clock for retail last week. I just think that while I respect the NRF in terms of what they try to do, it doesn't feel like this is actually providing insightful data to retailers on what the current state is, how they need to navigate it, what's going to be important. And yes, they also had, like I said, John, for the head of Walmart, on talking about what was happening in retail and how we have to be nimble and we have to innovate. But where was the how? Where was the statistics? Where was like the real business cases and stories that would help people? This was just like a fluff piece that apparently 6,800 people saw on YouTube. So maybe it doesn't even matter. But like in reality, why do we care?
Yeah, I mean, the state of retailer that I'm seeing is that the big are getting bigger, including Amazon. And look, the Amazon marketplace is growing, but I don't think the NRF is teasing apart the U.S. SMB seller contribution to the Amazon growth that they're including in all these numbers. And so, like, in the face of inflation, the huge political divide we have, violence in New York City, earthquakes, the price of eggs going up, it just seems like NRF thinks everything is, like, just fine. And we actually have... Wait, hold on. My producer is sending me, we have a video that was actually submitted from the NRF Director of Marketing, especially for this show.
That's great. Let's see it.